Mrs. Brown arrives at the office. Until recently, she had to wade through dozens of emails every morning. But since her company hired the digital assistant Fred, the amount of communication has decreased significantly. As head of department, Mrs. Brown is responsible for the seamless shipping of goods. In the past, she had to coordinate with the invoicing department and the warehouse several times a day. Nowadays, Fred handles many of these coordination tasks for Mrs. Brown. He has just sent her 2 emails. Both are about customers who have not yet paid for their deliveries. But Fred has recognized a difference. While customer A has been reliable for years, customer B has been paying his invoices more and more irregularly and lately not at all. Mrs. Brown knows that she doesn't have to call the warehouse as she used to. After all, Fred has already informed those responsible there by push messages so that the unpaid goods are not simply dispatched. That means that the worst case scenario has already been averted. Mrs. Brown can thus take her time to reach a decision and starts by looking at the payment history of the 2 customers. She doesn't have to contact the billing department to do this. Instead, she Googles all the information she needs on the browser-based platform of the digital assistant in a matter of seconds. Mrs. Brown decides to call the previously reliable customer who is based in France. During the conversation, she learns that payment has been delayed because of a strike in the neighboring country. Mrs. Brown is alarmed because her company has many customers in France who could face delivery delays due to the strike. But instead of tediously phoning through various departments, she can find all open orders involving French companies with just one click on Fred's digital platform. The relevant contacts at each customer are listed here too. Mrs. Brown notifies the affected companies by email. To save herself this step in the future, she decides that Fred should automatically inform all customers about any delays from now on. Mrs. Brown can now enjoy a relaxed lunch break. She knows that Fred will notify her on his cell phone in urgent cases. She is looking forward to the rest of her working day because, thanks to Fred, she can concentrate fully on her core tasks again for the first time in ages.